What about it, YouTube? Okay, so this video, what is time? Time is everything, right? Time is money, time is lots of things, right? But time is everything, actually, because in time things happen, and things should happen. It's for them to unfold. And so that's why this video is being inspired. This book I'm reading, the implications are vast. And so I'm breaking up my reading of the book to catch people up right quick with just where we're at and what the proof in the pudding after discovering this book makes it real clear, okay? Now, there's a lot of people out there that are still, it's just like they're lost. They're joining whatever idiot group like MGTOW. They're having whatever idiot regurgitated discussions. They're like so bored that they're like reviewing their old videos and doing videos on their old videos and reviewing them, and then they're changing factions, like flipping sides. Just if people haven't realized that it's gone stale, I don't know what. And the whole thing is they're trying to regurgitate this worn out crap like SGT Bull and AMTV and the Dollar Vagina or Vigilante, the Dollar Vigilante. I mean, it's all this regurgitated nonsense about gold and, all this just crap. I mean, if you ever hear, it just needs to go away. All this stuff, Illuminati, just calling out whatever dumbass, the Jesuits, the Masons. I mean, yeah, to a certain degree, yes, the Masons, but you need to understand what that means. And nobody does, because nobody knows even where it came from. Not even the Masons. Not until this book. And no one has disputed it. No one has debunked it. No one has challenged it. And everything I've read in the book so far is legitimizing the information. And it makes perfect sense. You can see the world through the lens of the implications of this book, and everything is explained. Everything. So that's another reason that the proof is in the pudding. If you look at it through this lens, what's that lens? Here it is, folks. This is the battle. This is the battle that's going on, that's been going on. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, this is the battle. It's the followers of Jesus versus the rejectors of Jesus. Let me say it again. It's the followers of Jesus versus the rejectors of Jesus. That's the battle that goes on. That's the battle that's been going on since 10 years after Jesus died or was murdered, okay? And the folks that killed him, the Sanhedrin, got together. That's what this book tells you. And they said, how are we going to, this guy, it's not over. Just because we killed the guy, it's not over. What do we got to do to prove he was a false Messiah? And what that is they've got to take over God's creation, and we've got to butcher out the followers of Jesus. Being a believer of Jesus isn't good enough, okay? Being part of any of these dumbass groups, and I'm sorry to call out some of these people who I really don't know why they cling to their idiocy, like some 60 or 70-year-old cultural Marxism frickin' mantra of the explanation of everything, Rockin' Mr. Ian Chapin and them, and the gold bugs and all these other idiots. I mean, it's just a web that catches you and throws you off into a loop of nonsense when it's very simple. Like I said, the rejectors versus the followers. And when I say followers, I'm not talking about believers. Believers isn't good enough. You've got to be a follower. You've got to practice what Jesus said in your life. Okay? Jesus was the way and the life. Jesus is the way and the life. Jesus' burdens were light. Okay? Jesus said, if God's your father, you'll love me. Okay? So that's what we're up against. It's what everybody's up against. That's what this whole thing is about and what it has been about. And I don't care what kind of rejecter of Jesus you are, that doesn't matter to me. You're all the same. So all these white nationalist idiots, you know, and you know, that's not the battle going on. They're talking about how, you know, we need to gather together and hold hands with the atheists. Anybody who says that, an evangelical, anybody, I don't care who it is that says you got to hold hands with an atheist or a rejecter of Jesus, look, they're not your friends. It doesn't mean you got to be mean to them and ugly, but it doesn't mean you got to be friends. It doesn't mean you got to be nice. Because social cohesion, Jesus is the way and the life. For people to get along and be able to have confidence in getting home safely, day to day in their life, right? They've got to have people out there who know how to live and behave right. What was Jesus? The way and the life. If you have to explain it to somebody, do unto others, be a good neighbor, love your neighbor. It's not hard to figure out, right? Have responsibility for your actions, right? So I don't care who you are, a fag, I don't care who you are. If you reject Jesus and you reject the way and the life, I'm sorry, you're not my friend. You're in the way, and we're not in this battle together. I don't care who you think you are. If you're gonna run your mouth about, oh, the Jews this or that, that doesn't mean we're friends. Because a lot of you idiots are just as bad or worse than they ever were and are. And that's why they use you. And you don't even understand how you're being like, how all of the opposition and everything, all the chess has been accounted for. All the moves that you could make have been accounted for. And now we've got Elon Musk, and recently we've got Julian Assange talking about AI, how it's surpassed. That's a little thing that no one's talking about. AI has surpassed human beings and been able to project the future. You want to talk about Minority Report? You want to talk about people knocking on your door because you didn't even know it, but in 2 days you were going to go do something and now they got to arrest you. You were going to protect a girl that was going to get raped in the park, and they're going to tell you that their violence meters read it in your blood or some shit, but they couldn't stop the rape from happening. You see, that's what's going to happen. They're not going to solve. It'll be some new thing where it's like, hey, it's great. You know, we can predictively stop crime, you know, to an nth degree because of our chess playing stuff here. But oops, it only caught you that was going to try and protect the... no, you can't do that, man. Sorry. And really, you're fucking up our system. Our system would be catching the guys that were doing the shit if they weren't catching you, because you're like overriding the system, man. It's going to be, I'm telling you, okay. And so this is, I'm jumping around, but look, I mean, Captain Slappy's done the work on this as a corporation, right? And you have a choice. You always have a choice. You always had a choice. You could choose mammon, or you could choose to throw it all away. You know, Jesus' burdens were light. You know, fuck it all, man. If you got a you know, good people around you and a soft place to put your head and a good meal, you know, what are you really out there trying to prove, you know? Seriously. Because it all goes away when you die. So it's gonna be like the life you led, the choices you made. You always had a choice. I'm not saying that means you got to live in poverty, but it means in your mind you have to be able to accept that you don't need much. That all this is bullshit. It could go away tomorrow and it would be okay as long as you got some food, as long as you got some shelter, as long as you got some people around you that care about you and that you can trust. Okay? But the world, the solipsistic shit world that we're headed for, that everybody just wants to ignore the elephant nose in the room, right? Because that's really where this rejection comes from, is these original Sanhedrin, which I'm sorry that they ended up being of the tribe. But that's where the damn shit starts. That's where the bear shits all of this. Okay? And how better to take over all of God's creation than to have an AI computer system that predicts your next move on a chessboard nth degrees out. They'll know what you're going to eat for dinner in a month. Okay? Because of their shit. And I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be right or wrong. It's not even going to fucking matter to them. They're just going to say that it fucking works because it worked on chess, and then now it's going to tell them what you're going to eat. And now that's going to be what fucking Google advertises to you, and they're going to fucking see that it fucking happens. Hey, wouldn't Friday lasagna sound great? And you'll think you had a choice now, but you never did. You see how it's going to get all fucked up? Now's the time to catch up that what the battle is the followers of Jesus versus the rejectors of Jesus. That's the battle. That's where the quickening needs to happen. The gathering needs to happen. The gathering of the followers of Jesus, they need to come together and they need to stand strong and they need to say, look, we just simply don't trust you and want anything to do with you if you reject Jesus. We can't, okay? Because, come on, man. Do unto others, why are you rejecting this stuff? All right, your father's the devil. There's something wrong with you. You want to do nefarious stuff. You want to misbehave. You want to act wrong. We can't deal with that anymore. All right, we're not going to sit back and play nicey nice and turn the other cheek each time anymore. Now it's time to like get serious about the situation till we're all butchered out. And then what? They proved that the Messiah wasn't Jesus. And then what did that do for everybody? Come on. All right. It's the followers of Jesus versus the rejectors of Jesus. Okay, we all need to come together on what this battle is. Simply put, that's what it is. And I'm sorry that you know, I mean, there's probably a lot of people in your life that aren't going to like that. I don't know. I don't care. That's just how it works. Because they're using every group, every godless group they can to cause dissension and divisiveness and tension and avoid and misplace the aggression that people have, knowing that they're getting fucked and not knowing exactly where, you know, oh yeah, you're getting fucked by reptilians. Oh yeah, fuck the reptilians. Oh, you're getting fucked by globalists. Oh yeah, fuck them globalists. Yeah, I feel them. They're under my bed. They're fucking freaking me out. No, it's a corporation. You always had a choice. Okay? You don't have to appear for anyone. Okay? God's your only authority. You got to become self-governed though. See, all of this stuff has to come together for you. Like Slappy said in his last video, you can't just give like some idiot the machine gun and say, okay dude, you know, I mean, he's going to kill everybody, right? So at this, I mean, the message in this video isn't to rise up. The message in this video is to know who is in the battle and what the battle lines are. And to just do not, I mean, it doesn't mean get in the way of the corporation, but it means you don't need to sign up for any of it. Any of it. Okay? Keep it voluntary. That's the beauty of it now that nobody even recognizes. They all want to call, you know, holler around and get scared about this and that and the other oppression that they feel that's just nonsense so that some idiot can sell you gold or some other crap. I mean, yes, they're nefarious fuckers and yes, they're fucking running a scam. But it's voluntary and you always had a choice. You need to get that through your fucking head first and you need to become self-governed. You need to walk in the footsteps of Jesus so that you have that authority. So you can say, quo warranto, motherfucker. You know, stay out of my way, I'll stay out of yours. I'm not fucking trying to do nothing wrong. Right? I didn't do nothing to fucking cause this. I'm not trying to contract with you, you know, whatever agent you are. I'm sorry. You got the wrong fucking guy. I don't know what the fuck. Okay, so again, wow, a lot of information in this video. Time is everything. Okay, there's a reason why I had to do this video now. There's a reason why the information has come to light. There's a reason why, you know, you're watching the video and listening to it right now. And so you need to understand that the lines are the followers of Jesus against the rejectors of Jesus, no matter who they are. Okay, and I'm talking about the followers of Jesus. Those that command the adherence to the way and the life that Jesus led. Okay? Sure, yeah, everybody fucks up. Everybody's a sinner, right? But we all know what the difference is, right? We all know what the difference is if you got to go tell the bishop, like, you know what? I had some lustful thoughts, man. It was kind of fucked up, you know. We all know the difference of that and robbing the corner store. Okay, so this life of Jesus covers the whole gambit, all right? And so there you go. If someone's going to reject that, they got a problem. It doesn't mean they got to go pound a Bible and join a church, and again, there's a corporation. It doesn't mean they got to, you know, it just means, look, dude, this is what Jesus said is how to live. Do you reject that? And if they say yes, then it's like, no dice, dude. We just can't play together.